Adding flames to your photographs is easy using Photoshop's flame filter. I opened up a document that is 4 by 6 at 300 pixels per inch, and I filled the background with black. Now I'm going to create a new blank layer by clicking on the plus icon in the Layers panel. And then I'll tap the U key to select my shape tool. I want the ellipse tool, but I want to make sure that it's set to draw a path and not a shape. Then I'll click and drag in the image area. I can hold down the Shift key in order to constrain it to a circle. I don't want to make it too large because if the flames go outward from the path, I want to make sure that they still remain in the canvas area. Then I can choose Filter, Render, and then Flame. There are a number of different flame types that we can choose from. We can select one flame along a path or multiple flames along a path. We can also choose to have multiple flames going in a single direction like this. Or we can choose to have the flames actually be directed by the path that you draw. We can choose multiple flames at various angles, or we can choose a single candle light. To show some of the other options, I'll select multiple flames path directed. We can change the length of the flames, making them shorter to the left or making them longer to the right. And we can also choose whether or not we want to randomize the length. We can change the width as well as the angle of the flames and the interval. If we want to make them tighter, we'll move it to the left. If you choose a really large interval, then you might want to adjust it for loops so that you don't have an overly large blank area in one section. We can choose a custom color for our flames. Just enable this and then select a color using the swatch. As we preview, we might want to leave the quality down, but when you render, you might want to render it at a higher resolution. It'll just take more time. In the advanced area, we can increase the turbulent, which will control the roughness of the flame. And if you want it a little bit more jagged, we can increase that as well. We can also change opacity, and if you set your color, for example, to a light gray, you can actually make the flames look like smoke, so you might want to decrease the opacity if you're doing that. We can make the flame lines more or less complex and change the flame bottom alignment. If we increase that, then we won't have such an alignment along the path. There are 3 different flame styles: normal, violent, or flat. Flat will give you kind of a more flat art look. I'll leave it set to normal, and we can also change the flame shape. We can also change the arrangement of the flame, so it'll randomize it, or we can just click the Randomize Shape button. Once we've created a flame that we want to use again and again, we can save that as a preset. For now, we'll click OK and have Photoshop render that flame. I'll use the Paths panel in order to hide the path, and then tap the V key to select the Move tool. We can see that I can reposition this anywhere in the image area. I've also included a document in the exercise files. Let's just zoom in here a little bit. And it's got a number of different examples of different flames that were all rendered in Photoshop with all of the settings. So please feel free to reference that if you're looking for a specific type of frame. So there you go, a number of different settings that'll help you start making flames in Photoshop.